Hey everyone, here for this update video for May. It should be going up about a day late. Sorry about that. I decided to take a day off yesterday just because I knew that today I was gonna have to do a lot. So, okay, so April. April didn't really go like I planned. There was a whole bunch of stuff that I was gonna start to do, and I did kind of experiment with Colorwind Releases, and I did bring back Colorwind History, but I didn't bring it back in the way I really wanted to, and it was mostly because around the middle of the month I just had like a really bad bout of insomnia, and I was just tired the whole day for like week and a half, something like that. And that really threw me off. And it got to the point that even afterwards, when I was trying to get back on track with things, I was just not happy with the quality of the content I was putting out, and that ended up with me putting everything sort of on hiatus for a week and a half. It's still technically going on, and now I'm slowly bringing everything back as I kind of like optimize everything. So that plus what I plan to do for this month is what I'm going to be talking about here. Okay, so I have some notes here because we got a lot. Okay, so first off, the Let's Plays. Assassin's Creed is back to normal. It is just going to be the 2 episodes a week. I wanted to do 3 episodes a week so I get through it quicker, but with the other things that I want to do, I just don't have the time. So that playthrough is just going to be Mondays and Thursdays, and they're half-hour long episodes. At the rate we're going, we should probably finish that at the beginning or middle of June. So after that, there'll be another playthrough replacing it. Right now, it looks like it's probably going to be one of the playthroughs that I haven't finished yet, either Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Quake, Dead Space, or Final Fantasy 2/4. Probably Ninja Gaiden because I think that'll be quicker. But we'll see. I'm not going to promise anything yet, but probably Ninja Gaiden. Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be returning. I finally streamed a super long stream the other day. They gave me enough content for about a month. So those episodes are going to be returning next week. I was hoping to get one out actually tomorrow, Friday, but I don't think I'm going to make it. So I'm just going to say next week the episodes will start coming out. The way that I edit those is there's the stream footage, but then I use the PlayStation 5 to record the footage as well internally within the system, and that allows me to make the edited videos that I make afterwards with the stream better looking because the recorded footage looks better, has a higher bit rate than the stream footage. So and it's for that reason, which is the reason why I cut down my streams into like episodic videos. However, that being said, one of the things I'm going to do is that in order for me to like have a consistent stream schedule, which I'm going to get to, and just have like stuff to stream, I am going to have to make some playthroughs just like stream exclusive. Like they won't get episodic things, and you can only see them through the stream bots. So one that's going to be returning pretty soon is Atomic Heart. I'm going to be streaming that. I was going to make it Fallout 3 because that's a playthrough from way back, like I want to say like 8 years ago, something like that, that I never finished. But the PC version that I have does not want to work right. It keeps crashing whenever I stream it. I even tried to stream it the other day, and it just didn't want to work. So I'm just going to move on to Atomic Heart because that's a playthrough from last year that I never finished. And it should be relatively quick. So that's going to be coming. In terms of a stream schedule, I have noticed that it is just better when I just stream whenever I want. So for that reason, I'm not going to actually commit to a stream schedule. Instead, here's what I'm going to do. The plan that I originally had was Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., or 9 p.m., depending on when I'm awake. And To some extent, I'm going to try to stick to something like that. But here's kind of the way that I'm looking at it now. I'm going to stream whenever I feel like it. However, if there are times that I'm more likely to stream, it is I'm changing the morning one to 7 a.m. rather than 8 a.m. 7 a.m., 2 p.m., 9 p.m. on Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. The reason why I'm going to say those are more likely to happen is because I have noticed that midweek, which is Wednesday or Thursday, I tend to kind of get tired and burned out, and I usually need maybe a day or a half day to take a break. So as a result, if I'm taking time off, the first thing that's going to probably go is streaming. So that's why Wednesday and Thursday is not really a good thing. I will also say that Fridays and Saturdays I'm going to try to stream on because those are good days to stream on Twitch. I will say, though, that the number one day that you can probably expect me to stream is Mondays. And that's because it's the beginning of the week, and I'm fully energized from usually taking the weekend or at least Sunday off. And I'm like, okay, new week, let's do this. I have the energy to stream, and therefore I usually stream. Which, in case you haven't noticed, I usually do tend to do a stream on Mondays. So that's the one day that's like the most likely for me to stream. But other than that, I'm not going to have a schedule and just check my Twitter to see whenever I'm going to stream. And I'll just try to force myself to do it as much as I can. Does that mean I'm never going to stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays? Or even Sundays? Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll end up streaming even more on there. Who knows? It kind of depends on how my schedule is going, which tends to fluctuate. What else? Online Contender. I did not get to record more episodes the way I wanted to, but I have decided that I definitely do want to do that. I want that show to be a mixture of not just streaming footage, but pre-recorded footage. So that'll be coming. One thing I will say, though, is that I have come up with something of a schedule for Online Contenders, and that there's no set schedule, but I am most likely not going to give it its own day the way that I have like the Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy playthroughs, or even Arcade Contender, which is every Saturday. What's most likely going to happen is it'll be a secondary video for that day that goes up usually sometime in the afternoon, I think. Because, I usually have the playthrough at 12:30. This can be another Let's Play that I put out maybe at 3 or 4 in the afternoon or something, or whenever I feel like doing it. It's going to be a secondary video to the primary Let's Play videos, which are the playthroughs and Arcade Contender. To that same effect, one of the next projects that I'm going to be working on returning is Colorwind Plays. And Colorwind Plays is going to have the same type of schedule. It's kind of like whenever it's ready. It doesn't have its own set day, although I will say right now that I'm kind of leaning towards making it more likely than not to go up on Wednesdays, since that day is free. I don't put anything up on that day so far. But Colorwind Plays is going to be returning sort of to like its original format, where I just play a game that I've already been playing. So it's not, new to me or anything, and I just kind of talk about it and show you gameplay footage of it. That's the way Colorwind Plays was back in the day, and that's the way I wanted to be coming back. So it'll give me an opportunity to make a little bit of content on something that I've been playing on my own time. Like, for example, I've been playing through the Prince of Persia series. I just finished playing Sands of Time, Warrior Within, Two Thrones, and Forgotten Sands. So I could possibly make a Colorwind Plays video on that, and just to show off gameplay and be like, hey, this game is cool, and have some of the thoughts that I've had on the game since playing through them. That's what that series is going to be for, and it'll be returning pretty soon. I just need to record my first episode. That's all the Let's Play stuff out of the way. Next, let's move on to the more informative stuff and the punditry kind of content, specifically Colorwind News and Colorwind Gossip. I put them on a quick hiatus, but they're back now. I've streamlined things to make them easier to make. That wasn't really a big problem for me anyway, so that's pretty simple. They might take a little bit longer to come out though, like from when the news story comes out to when I end up making a video on it. And that is because I'm working with this new kind of format for smaller videos that maybe I don't have really anything to say, but it's still information that I can get out to you. I'm calling this new format Backpage News for Colorwind News and the Down Low for Colorwind Gossip. I don't know how much that's going to really matter. It's sort of like a subsection kind of series. And all it is that, pieces of news that I don't have anything to say and are like really quick, maybe a couple sentences long. I'll just collect like 3 of them and put them all into 1 minute long video. And you can just have that information there. Easy for you to do. It won't have my face cam. I've been sort of experimenting with this anyway with smaller episodes, just not having face cam, just saying the news, and that's all. That's what I'm going to do for it though. Instead of having one very short video, I'm going to have a slightly longer video with multiple stories in it. Because it also kind of solves my problem of, hey, I can't report on the news. Well, now I sort of can. Normal size videos will still be about a minute to a minute and a half long. And focus on one story in my commentary afterwards. Speaking of, Colorwind Gossip is going to return to its more looser format. Before, I was kind of changing it into just another copy of Colorwind News. I'm stopping that. If it's gossip, that just means it's hearsay. I don't need to source it or anything like that. So usually it's just going to be me holding the phone and just kind of talking into the microphone just so that the quality is better. But other than that, yeah, I'll just be like holding the phone, going like blah, 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 blah. This is what this is, what I think about it, and we go out. And then same thing with the download version. I would just talk about various gossip topics that are shorter, rumors and hearsay that are interesting that I don't really have much to say about. That it's the same thing as the Backpage News format. They're just smaller things that I can put all into one episode. And that's it for Colorwind News and Gossip. I'm still working on Colorwind Releases. I did release one kind of like pilot episode for a weekly format. So far, I think I like that to start off. Part of me thinks that maybe I can do a monthly one, maybe a special version specifically for Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium releases. But I think for now, a weekly format of just the releases for the week is probably the best way to go. The daily one is, I would have to do that every day. I can't do that. I just can't do that. And the weekly format, I think, works pretty well because it's not too hard to do. There's a couple of like lower third stuff I think I want to add in there, which means I need to tweak like my project and Premiere to just kind of like automatically have that, so I can put that information in real quick. But I should start doing that relatively soon, as soon as I get around to it. The only thing that I'm worried about is that if I can't get it ready by the end of this month, it's not going to come out next month either then, because next month is E3 month or Summer Games month or whatever the hell you want to call it now. And I know there's like the presentations, like the big ones that are at the beginning of the month, but every year now, ever since 2020, there have been presentations just throughout the entire month. And it just June is just always fucked for me now, which means that I'm not going to have time to do Colorwind Releases yet. So if I don't get it ready by this month, then you're going to have to wait probably until July to see it. It's just the nature of how things are right now. Colorwind Talks. I have been screwing around with Colorwind Talks for a while in the background because I've not been happy with what I'm doing. And I think what the issue is that I'm trying to do 2 ideas in one, and I think I'm just going to separate them. The reason is because before I wanted Colorwind Talks to be kind of like a longer thing where I talk at length about a certain topic in the video game industry that I feel needs discussion. But I don't talk very well for a long period of time. have you seen some of my older ones that I've done of Colorwind Talks that were like 20 minutes long or something like that? I ramble, and I'm not really happy with that. And that is because at the end of the day, I think I'm better writing a script. But Colorwind Talks was supposed to be me just like grabbing the phone and being like, hey, let's talk about this. You know, the whole thing is I pause in the beginning, then I turn to the camera and go, let's talk about whatever. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to return it to its original format, make these videos 1 to 3 minute episodes long, TikTok focused, and just be something that I really want to talk about real quick. The only thing I'm going to experiment with is either just using the phone and talking to it with the microphone on here, or I might not even use the microphone at all and just use the bad audio from my phone and just have it be just me really quick talking about it, which would also fulfill something that I've had in the back of my mind in a while, and that I need content for TikTok that's really just me picking up the phone, talking blah blah blah, and then that's it, and I just kind of send it out and it goes. I might turn Colorwind Talks into that. We'll see if I can stand the microphone quality, because my phone's mic quality just is not. I don't like it. As a result, though, that means that the whole idea of like when I want to go into depth in something and like write a script, I think that's gonna have to be its own idea. I have tossed around the idea of the name like Colorwind Analyzes. Since I'm writing the script down and everything, it'd be like Colorwind Essays, but that's something that I'm gonna have to formulate later on. Right now, I think I just need to get Colorwind Talks going so that I have something for when I have something to say, like right on the spot. Not to mention that I have a whole bunch of topics that for Colorwind Talks that have just come and gone because I haven't been able to get the format right. As a matter of fact, I have one episode that I just straight up deleted because I just wasn't happy with how it went. So I'm hoping to figure that out by the end of this month. But we'll see, because I'm also focusing on Colorwind Plays and the changes I'm doing to Colorwind News, and I'm still working on Colorwind Releases, but right now those are the ones that I'm focusing on. Not to mention also Colorwind History, which I'm happy with the format. I'm glad that I figured out a way just to like do facts and everything. And I also did an anniversary recently. I just need to brainstorm more topics. That's all, which is not bad because Colorwind History videos are not that hard to make. Very quick research because it's very like surface level details about something. It's just so that you're aware of something. That's always been the point of Colorwind History. Maybe in the future I could take that and make something that's bigger, but I also feel like maybe that could also be something for Colorwind Essays. We'll see. Finally, the one thing I haven't really worked on is bringing back my articles and having time to write them. And I really think that the problem is not me writing them, but just me sitting down and doing the damn work. So I have to hopefully work on that, but I don't have any kind of plan as to how to do that just yet. And with that being said, that's pretty much everything. So thank you very much for watching. Right now, things are a little bit chaotic because I had a rough month and there are things that I want to get done. Not to mention that E3 season is coming, Summer Games Fest season, whatever you want to call it now. So yeah, that's how everything's looking right now. So thank you very much for watching. Peace and love, gamers and players. Colorwind out.